Facebook. Waiting for people to join. Hopefully people can find me. I have a couple people joining. Hello everybody. Hope you are well. I have a delay in my messages, but I see Kristen, my awesome colleague. I see a lot of people joining. It's so cool that you guys join every week. It's so much fun. I see Dana. What's up, Dana? Actually, this video is for Dana, so I want to start by first mentioning that Facebook will apparently now not let you turn your live broadcast horizontally, which is really going to suck when I upload this to YouTube. It's like the biggest faux pas for videos, but I can't do anything about it. I googled it and there's nothing you can do. You got a vertical shot until they change it. So that's the first thing. So I apologize if you're watching this on YouTube and it's vertical. You have to live with it. The second thing I want to clarify, now that we have a bunch of people joining, is that I did not realize when I said fresh rolls that people thought I would be baking buns, and I am not baking buns. So I apologize to anybody who's joining thinking I'm making like dinner rolls. I'm making fresh rolls with rice paper. So we're talking about these. So again, if you have come to this video looking for bread, you're not going to get it. You're going to get fresh rolls. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So thank you again for joining us. So we're going to do fresh rolls today, which is made with rice paper. And I call them fresh rolls instead of spring rolls because to me, spring rolls are the ones that are deep fried. And fresh rolls are the ones that are like see-through with the rice paper. So that's what we're making today. The first thing, or the most important thing for fresh rolls is a dipping sauce. It seems kind of backwards to do the sauce first, but you'd need a good dipping sauce. So the dipping sauce that we're going to be making today is a spicy peanut butter dipping sauce, which is like, it's one of the first recipes I wrote down in my little notebook when we went vegan. It is so good. So you can use this dip sauce for fresh rolls, you can use it for stir-fry sauce, you can thin it out and use it for like a Thai salad dressing. You could put it on like a cold noodle salad. It is a delicious, delicious dip sauce. So that's what we're going to start with. So for that, you need a bullet blender. The bullet blender is best, but you can probably use a food processor, and you can probably mix it by hand with a fork if you want. And another thing I forgot to say, that this video, I think maybe I did say it. You have to tell me in the comments. This is for my cousin Dana, so she has suggested doing fresh rolls, which is why I'm doing it. So thank you for the suggestion. Okay, so we have our bullet blender. And the biggest pro tip I can tell you about doing stuff with peanut butter in the bullet blender is put the peanut butter in last. Otherwise it'll stick to the end and make you really annoyed. So for this sauce we need a measuring spoon. And we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. If you have fresh lemon juice, go ahead and use fresh lemon juice. But I don't have fresh lemons right now. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. There we go. I do not have coronavirus. I just breathed too fast. Anyway, for anyone new joining us, we're making fresh rolls or spring rolls. So we've got lemon juice in our sauce, 2 tablespoons. And then we need 2 tablespoons of soya. Just like that. And if you wanted to use tamari, you could probably use tamari instead of soy sauce as well. I see Mike saying hi from England. How are you? I just choked. I don't know if you caught it. I hope everyone else is not choking. So we've got lemon juice, soy sauce, and we want a bit of water. So for the dip sauce, you want to thin it out as well. Usually it has 2 tablespoons of water, but we're going to do 4. And I am going going to use my magic tilty thing so you guys can see. There we go. So lemon juice, soy sauce, water, and then what we have in here, I've got 2 cloves of garlic and I've got some grated ginger. So a really good tip with ginger is to throw it in the freezer, and then you can use like a lemon zester or a small grater, and you just pull it out of the freezer and grate it up. So we've probably got 2 teaspoons of ginger and 2 cloves of garlic. And you can, the ginger and garlic is at your discretion, so you can put more or less in. Usually more garlic is better, so you can do that. And then we have our hot sauce. So this is the chili garlic sauce that you can get in the grocery store. It's really good. And I usually start with a tablespoon, and then if you taste it and you want it more spicy, you can make it more spicy. So we've got that. And then we've got a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, which is my eyeballed 1/4 cup of peanut butter. I'm going to put that in. So get that in there. So we've got, that's it. That's all you have to do for your dip sauce. So we've got our peanut butter, garlic, lemon juice, soy sauce, water, ginger, and the hot sauce. So you can use any hot sauce that you want. And I see another gentleman from England logging in, Johnny. Hi, it is good to see you. Okay, so we're going to blend this up real quick so we can move on. That's it. So you can see, super awesome dip sauce. So let's get that out of the way. That is the easy part. So that's the spicy peanut butter dip sauce. Again, you can use it salad dressing, stir fry sauce. It's a really good stir fry sauce. So that's what we're going to dip everything in after. And we'll get everything out of the way. Okay, so now is the fun / difficult part. So a lot of people, I've been trying to do these fresh rolls for like 4 years and I'm still not that great at them, but I have a few tips that I've learned over that time, so I'm going to try to tell you guys all about that. So what you want is the rice paper rolls, and you want to get the larger ones. There is a small size, and I don't know whether I have big hands or what, but I cannot roll them, so just get the big ones. And you're gonna end up overstuffing them all the time anyway. So that is what you need. The other thing is that when you're cutting your vegetables, so I've got some smoked tofu here, which is delicious. You can use regular tofu. I've got some peppers, I've got some green onions, and I've got some kale, and I also have some carrots. So when you're prepping your veggies, the biggest thing is that you don't want anything too thick or too long or too stiff. That sounds horrible. But the reason why you don't want that is because when the rice paper is wet, you could pierce the rice paper and you'll get all frustrated and mad. So make sure everything is sort of a couple of inches, and then make sure they're nice and thin. Cut your onions lengthwise. The kale I cut up really small so that it will be able to move around when you're rolling, and then the carrots I shredded so they're nice and soft. So some other, and you can put whatever veggies you want in it. I wouldn't put anything too like moist, like cucumber, or anything too soft, and anything cooked probably wouldn't work either. And then 2 kind of extra things you can do is I'm putting in soba noodles. So these are just buckwheat soba noodles, and it'll help like bulk it up and make it more filling. So when Frank and I eat these, we just make a whole bunch of them, and that's all we eat for dinner. And then I cooked these. I rinsed the water off so they don't stick together. And then I also massaged a little bit of sesame oil on them just to give it an extra flavor. And the last secret ingredient, I made this in another video, is my everything bagel mix. So that's garlic and onion. There's black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, and poppy seeds. So that will give it a little bit of a cool look on the outside, and it will also give it some flavor. So another good tip about making fresh rolls is just prep everything first. Get everything set up in like an assembly line, because when the rice papers are wet, like you don't have time to screw around, so get prepared. So I'll show you my little setup here. So I've got, and one big thing is to use a wooden cutting board. So the wooden cutting board is going to absorb some of the water that's dripping off, because if they're too wet, you can't roll them either. So you need a little bit of absorption. So I always use a wooden cutting board. And then I also always have, let's see if we make some room, is I also always have a towel, and then you have a pan of water. So make sure the pan is big enough to fit your whole rice paper so that the whole thing can go in. You can use a wok or whatever, and if you have the water a little bit warm, so that helps. So I have a very small kitchen, so this doesn't look very pro, but here we go. Wish me luck, guys. So you're gonna wet your rice paper and just move it around. I don't know if you can see on this one, but they have like a kind of a texture. So what you want to watch for when you're soaking them is you want to watch for like the texture kind of like going away. So I can see this is still, my water's probably not that hot. You could probably put it on like very low heat while you're cooking, but you'll feel the rice paper kind of get really thin, and it's, you know what, it's like an art form to try to pull it out at the right time. So I can feel this getting really thin and the pattern is gone. So I dab it on the towel, shake off all the water, and then lay it down. So the wooden cutting board is going to absorb the water. So then what you want to do is go this way and you make a little line. So probably get like your thinnest thing first, which is the onions. You're going to put some tofu and leave room on either side. The other thing about this too, like it seems complicated, but just make it easy. You're not going to have like an equal amount of ingredients all the time. Your last couple of spring rolls are going to be only carrots or something weird like that, so don't worry about it. And then we'll put some kale here. And then a little pinch of noodles. Again, it takes a while. It takes the first couple of rolls to figure out like exactly how much you want to put on. One of them is going to be too big, too small, whatever it is. But you want to stay kind of like in the middle of your rice paper. And then if you take a bit of the everything bagel stuff, you can sprinkle it on either side. And then when you roll it, it's going to look cool on the outside. So let's see if I can explain this verbally. You're going to pick this up and you're going to fold it and tuck. And stuff's going to fall out, it doesn't matter. So that's your first roll. Then you got to roll in the sides, right? And then really tightly start rolling this up. I didn't do too bad for my first live roll. So this is a bit thin for my likings, but you can see that the cool sprinkles are in there and you can see all the colors from your veggies. So there we go, that's one. I'll do another one for you guys. So again, you got to put it in the water and wait for the pattern to leave. So I usually put my water on like on 1, and if it gets hot, I'll turn it down. So let's just keep going. So have any of you guys ever made spring rolls and done them well? Like really cool Pinterest, I've seen flowers in them and stuff like that. I don't know how they do them at restaurants. They seem to get them like so perfect in such a quick period of time. I don't know how they do it. Another cool thing that you can do with rice paper, which you should Google as soon as you get off this video, is you can actually make bacon out of rice paper. So it's pretty cool. All right, we're going to do one more, guys. Let me put this down. So I dabbed it a bit on my towel. Well, you can't see it because it's see-through, but it's there. And this time, actually, I'm going to put some of the stuff down first. So again, do like your thinnest stuff first. Like that. And actually for the peppers, you gotta slice them thin. If you have a mandolin, you can actually like throw them through the mandolin and it gets really like ribbony. So let's see if we can make this one a little bit fuller than that last one. Oops, my noodles are everywhere. Okay. So that looks like a little bit fuller. We put a little bit more kale in there. If you have romaine, you can put that in, and if you do mint and basil, that's a really traditional one. Okay, so we have a little bit more full, but again, we're kind of square in the middle. We're gonna fold over and pull it and tuck all the extra stuff that falls out. Make sure it sticks. Get your sides in square, and then really tightly do a roll here. There you go. Well, that's a little loosey-goosey, but it looks pretty good. So you can see all your veggies in there, right? And so as I'm making these, I'm really reminded that the wooden cutting board is key because it really does absorb the water, so it's pretty good. So I won't do all of them in front of you because you'll be here forever, but let's do a quick taste test. Alright, so this isn't very fancy. I'm going to dip this right into my bullet blender stuff. Whoa, it's going to be messy. Okay, this is the most inappropriate talk live video I've ever done with this saggy spring roll. Okay, let's see. So good. That dip sauce is so good. I could probably use it a little spicier, maybe like a tablespoon and a half of the spicy sauce, but look at that, super delicious. And when you go for the second dip, sometimes a spoon is better, but there you go. Pretty easy to do. You just have to be calm about it and know that you'll mess up for a bit. But once you get into the first or second one, it's pretty easy. And then try this sauce on your next stir fry. It's so delicious on noodles. Cool. So if anyone's still around, I wanted to mention something, that I just hit over 1,000 followers on my Instagram and my Facebook page, which is so awesome. I still need more, so you can tell people to subscribe all day long. But I will be doing a contest, so watch my Instagram or Facebook page for a contest. I'll be giving away a prize to celebrate 1,000 followers. It's so cool. Awesome. So have a good day, guys. I hope you're all staying safe wherever you are, that you got some sun today, and that you have a wonderful evening. Bye. See you later. And watch us on YouTube later. Okay, bye.